President Trump has just paused the tariffs on Mexico and Canada. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? President Trump has just paused the tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Why do you think that is? There's a lot going on with the Trump administration. You could talk about him trying to get rid of the Department of Education. You can talk about the 80,000 VA workers that they want to terminate. You could talk about him cutting Medicaid and Medicare, as well as Social Security. There's so much stuff to talk about. Today, we're going to focus mainly on President Trump has paused the tariffs on Canada and Mexico. And I just want to hear y'all thoughts on that. Share your thoughts, put it in the comments. As you come into the room, let me know you there. Go ahead and start typing into the comments section. As you enter the room, go ahead and start typing into the comments sections. What do you think about President Trump pausing these tariffs on Canada and Mexico? If you've been following me, you know my message is the tariffs are no good anyway. It's like President Trump didn't even take time to study the tariffs, the research, to see how it would affect, to see if he can put in place some cushion for the American people. He just haphazardly want to, as soon as he got in, after he signed all these executive orders, President Trump decided to put out tariffs that he knows nothing about. So my question is, what are your thoughts about President Trump pausing the tariffs on Canada and Mexico? Let me know your thoughts. Share your thoughts in the comments section. See, the reality of the situation is, as I said even yesterday, tariffs hurt the American people. If you're concerned about the American citizen, he could at least took time, 4 months, 6 months, a year to research it, to make sure it wouldn't hurt his Americans as bad as that one day. When he placed them tariffs on Canada and Mexico, in one day, the stock market plunged. It went down to the dumps. And some people say, yeah, that was a good thing for him because all his billionaire friends get to buy the stock low. Maybe so, but that was just the beginning. Also, the prices, even though the prices of groceries are up, they was going to soar. And he knew that. He wanted to save face because he just got on TV claiming that it's all good in America. I'm doing this. I'm the greatest ever since sliced bread and butter and all this stuff. Mr. Poop. Hey, Core, what you talking about, man? But anyway, as I was saying, President Trump has paused the tariffs on Canada and Mexico. He says he's pausing them for 30 days. I think it's probably going to be longer than that because it's going to be tragic. It's going to be devastating to the American economy. He said that, Jacob, you in the house? Jacob, you said, I have no idea what hurt us. Honestly, at this point, we just need to give it a try. Under Biden, listen, man, the tariffs, any expert would tell you, man, tariffs are not good for the country. They're going to hurt Americans. He's not going to feel it. But Jacob, you're going to feel it, man. You're going to feel it and your family going to feel it. That's why he paused it. He knew it was a losing situation. And Canada is not backing down from him, and neither is Mexico. So y'all want to support everything he do, continue to support everything he do, man. But America is on a down spiral, man. snowballing into hell. We just going down, going down. And everybody say, well, give him a try. Give him, Robert, Robert, you asked me, do I believe that Jesus is God in the flesh? That don't have anything to do with what we're talking about right now. We probably can talk about that off camera or later, I don't see what that got to do with these tariffs. What's your thoughts about these tariffs and Trump pausing the tariffs on Canada and Mexico? Talk about that. You share with me your thoughts about Trump pausing these. You said I'm just going around asking. That's a good thing. You a minister, Robert? You trying to minister? Are you a minister? You spreading the word? What you got going on, man? I think it's a good thing. But right now, on this live right now, we talking about them tariffs, and President Trump has paused the tariffs. Because the people that matter, the auto industry, got in his ear and said, listen, man, this ain't a good look. I know you want to be big and bad and make a point, but it ain't a good look. So the people that reached out to Trump and told him it ain't no good look. So now he need to buy some time because he know he got egg in his face. He shouldn't have did it anything, just haphazardly, not knowing what you're doing. He just want to just, I'm going to do tariffs. It come to his mind, he do it. Or somebody tell him he do it. He got to be more executive, be more presidential, man. He tearing this country down. And he's not even working on bringing in the other side, those who didn't vote for him. His thing is like, bump y'all, I'm President Trump, I'm the king, I'm doing this. But he studied driving the country into the ground. So I appreciate that, Robert. Appreciate you, man. But right now, we're just talking about how President Trump paused the tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Jacob. And how you pronounce that? Core? I want to welcome y'all into the live, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My thoughts, as you all know, man, Trump is destroying the country. He's trying to destroy the world, but you got people that's going to stand up to him and not going to allow him to do that. And I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but these tariffs are unconstitutional. A president can't just put out tariffs. Only way a president's supposed to put out tariffs is dealing with national security. President Trump is supposed to go through Congress, but that's another example of how President Trump just want to do what he want to do, and he's taking this country into a crash course, turning American friends into enemies. He causing problems for this country. You know why? Just to fill his pockets up and his billionaire friends to fill their pockets up. That's his goal. That's his only goal. That's all he's concerned about. He's not concerned about no Republicans. He's not concerned about MAGA. President Trump just want to fill his pockets up. He wants your vote, but now he don't need it. He in. But he would love to make it where he don't have to be in, he can just stay in. That was his goal, but that would be unconstitutional. But he trying to look into that as well. So my question to y'all is, what do y'all think about President Trump pausing these tariffs on Canada and Mexico? Share in the comment section. What's your thoughts about President Trump pausing these tariffs? Because he know he fumbled. It would have been, Robert said, it would have been worse if it was Harris, though. See, y'all come with this disrespect, man. You want to keep disrespecting my black queen, and I don't appreciate that. So I'm going to say this, man. She more qualified than him. We wouldn't be in the situation we in now if she was in office. You see what he doing now. But y'all would continue to make excuses. But you see with your own eyes. Only ones who can't see what he's doing is those who are walking around blindly, continuing to listen to his lies. Even when he went up and spoke, he didn't speak about how the stock market went down and how prices were up. He tried to talk like everything was good under me and I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Stop drinking that Kool-Aid, man. Stop drinking that Donald Trump Kool-Aid. Trump don't care nothing about you, only his billionaire friends. That's why he looked out for his billionaire friends through executive orders. He could have did the same thing for you. He could have looked out for you through executive order. Let me see what Robert talking about. And you call her Jezebel. See, just continue to be disrespectful. But I'm going to go ahead and warn you, if you continue to be disrespectful, I'm going to go ahead and block you off of here. We don't have to call her name. But Trump, your president, the one you voted for, he's the worst president in history, man. And it's unfolding for the world to see. There's no confidence in America right now because of Donald Trump. Butter sauce. Butter sauce said him and his billionaire friends is literally the MSM repeat talking point. Ironic to talk about drinking Kool-Aid. Okay. Joe, you do know Canada has been using tariffs on America. This is my thing, Joe, right? President Trump did this haphazardly. He didn't do the research that was necessary. He could have took 6 months to a year. That's me talking right now. If President Trump would have been presidential, he could have took more time and then say, I'm going to address, he could have addressed the tariffs like that. But you just want to throw out tariffs. First of all, it's unconstitutional. He's not supposed to be doing no tariffs. That goes through Congress. Y'all didn't know that, did you? It goes through Congress. The only way the president is supposed to use the tariffs is for the sake of protecting national security. But this man is causing problems with friends of America's, countries like Canada, who have fought side by side with America. Why shouldn't we put tariffs on any country that tariffs us? Okay. Listen, man, it's sad that no matter what he do, you're going to support him instead of calling him out on his nonsense. We've been butter sauce. You said we've been financially and economically disrespected. Okay, but now we got Trump in office. What is Trump doing to improve the economy for Americans? Besides all these tariffs that he doing, name something Trump doing to benefit Americans? Because y'all going to back him and say, yeah, tariffs is good, this and that. Well, use Congress. Follow the Constitution. Don't just break it because you want to. It got to be your way or the highway. No, it's a system here in America. Use that system. You not no king. You ain't the king of this country. You should be the number one servant. The president is supposed to be the servant of the people. You serve the needs of the people. President Trump, on the other hand, is serving himself. It ain't about no needs of the people. Okay, y'all say this smaller government. He just coming in, just taking 80,000 VA jobs. What about the veterans, man? The people there to help these veterans that come in so they can assist them. When you cut them jobs, it's gonna be a bigger backlog and all that. Bring Christ back into America. Okay, man. Well, first of all, let's get Trump out of there. Because Christ ain't in nowhere. Y'all keep talking about bring Christ and this and that. Okay, that's all good. But we got Trump in office right now. And Trump don't mean nobody good but Trump, Donald Trump, his family, and his billionaire friends. Not the everyday working people like me and you. He don't care nothing about them. But y'all are so, I don't know what to call it, but y'all with him so bad to the point where y'all gonna just follow him blindly. Just follow him blindly. Trump ain't bringing Christ back. Trump doesn't even know no Christ. He don't believe about no religion, no God. He faking it. What Trump is bringing back is them tax breaks for the billionaires. That was a whole goal. That's why Elon Musk invested in President Trump. His tax cuts saved, this is Joe. Joe said, President Trump's tax cuts saved me $1,500 a year. If it saved you this year, you credit that to President Biden. So what you saying this year, last year? When are you saying, man? Yeah, 1,500 help. But you saying that president, that you've been saving 1,500 a year on taxes. If you save that when you filed this year, that's because of President Biden. But we continue to get his praise to President Trump, who continue to tear this nation down, and he continued to divide this nation. Hopefully we can get him for another term. You sound crazy, Robert. So you agree with everything President Trump is doing. He's the greatest. You drinking his Kool-Aid, sir. I'm asking you, man. Robert, speak or forever hold your peace. You said you hope we can get him another term. That's serious. That's sad. And you keep saying better than Kamala. No, you know he's not. How do you know that? His resume is nothing like that, like hers. No comparison, man. Nothing, man. Even for his business, he don't know the Wall Street saying that he don't know nothing about nothing, not even about tariffs. He's terrible for the country. He's terrible for the economy. He just, all it's about is filling these rich people's pockets. When Trump was in office before, I got decent refunds is what he's saying. Only make, okay. Is that all? So no matter what anybody else do, just long as he give you a good tax return, you with everything else. Is that what you telling me? No matter who in office, as long as they can get you some money, you good. Is that's what you telling me? As long as they can get you some money, you good. Just do what you want. Tear the country down. Do this. Cut Medicaid. Make it where elders can't get medicine. Tear up that Social Security check. As long as I can get a good refund, do all you want to do. If that's your stance, man, I would hope not. I would hope that's not your stance, man. Everybody talk about USA, USA. Well, it's USA is all people, man. We care for the good of all people, not a small select few as Donald Trump is. President Trump is concerned about the select few, them billionaire. And Elon Musk is getting his return. Elon Musk said, I put up this money. Soldier, appreciate you. And my man Joe said, name something bad. You name something good, man. He ain't did nothing good, not for American peoples. President Trump has done absolutely nothing good, man. But I guess since you voted for him and you don't want to say you made a mistake until it hit home. And I hope it doesn't hit home. But he paused them tariffs. Let me tell you this, though, Joe, since y'all want to keep defending him. He paused the tariffs, man, because it was just the beginning. When the stock plummeted, that was just the beginning, man. You think eggs high now? You think groceries are high now? If he would have continued by the end of this week, they would have went skyrocket. But y'all would have still been supporting him. It ain't Trump's fault. It's Barack Obama. Y'all would have just said anything. Stop defending this man. Stop defending this man who don't care nothing about you or the American people. And then as president, he continues to lie. And they continue to call him out on his lies. Jamie, you said, hopefully we get Trump again. Jamie said, Trump, Trump, Trump. I love Trump. Jamie, you said, why all the people vote for him? Listen, I'm going to say it again, man. Some people didn't want a woman in office. So it was a strong wall against having a female in office. And then number two, some people did not want a black female, let alone a female. So, and then now, have you been paying attention to them town halls in these red states? Man, they are upset with the policies. They want changes because they didn't vote for a lot of this stuff. So President Trump had like 77 million total voters, and Harris had like 75. So it wasn't no landslide. So don't think that. They both had voters. And once you become the president, you are the president of the entire United States. He wanted to just appease his followers, but he want to appease y'all by words. He appeasing his billionaires with that dollar. He ain't got a great for y'all. You can say that 1,500 or whatever you say. I get better taxes. Man, I don't care nothing about that. You're gonna pay for the taxes that these billionaires are not paying for. That's who's gonna pay for it. All the ones saying we went Trump. But he ain't did nothing for you, but y'all still with the Trump. And listen, Robert, you continue to be disrespectful, man. I already told you, man. Kamala Harris is a black queen who deserves respect, carry herself with respect, unlike Donald Trump. But you ain't calling him nothing. And then we continue to ask questions about Harris. This is about President Trump. Stop going back. Stop going back. This is about President Trump. He had to pause them tariffs because he didn't know what he was doing. Economists had to get to him. People had to get to him and say, listen, man, you don't know what you're doing. It ain't going to go how you think it's going to go. That's why he paused this for 30 days. And then he got to wait and try to finagle to see, because he got to keep y'all on a string. He got to keep y'all on a string. Ain't no tax cuts. Ain't no tax cut that ain't nobody else getting. President Trump ain't got no special tax for the working class. None of that. You got to be in that upper echelon, that billionaire class. They're the ones getting the tax break, not you, Joe. You think you're getting something good, but he's looking out for. He made an executive order for his $4 trillion, man. $4 trillion. What executive order did he make for you to get a tax cut this year? What executive order for you, Joe? So you just talking about tax breaks and this and that. Christopher said we made a mistake when we elected Sleepy Joe. See, that's what y'all good at. Yeah, Sleepy Joe, you know what I'm saying? Forget his service, all the years of service to this nation. Just continue to be disrespectful. Big Nate Dog, I see you're a big Trump supporter too. Now y'all saying Social Security is a scam. You tell that to the elderly people that rely on Social Security, man. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Everything Elon Musk or Trump say, y'all ride with it. It's people that depend on that. They didn't work for however long they work. Now they on Social Security. They deserve them checks, man. But you now gonna say it's a scam because you know he tampering with it. But y'all okay with that? Okay, Joseph. Christopher, my man. But as you know, if you're paying attention, man, President Trump got egg all over his face. He'll continue to say stuff to y'all like he doing something right because y'all gonna listen to anything he say. But for him to pause them tariffs, that speaks volumes, man. He pausing it because he ain't in no winning position. And that's why the auto industry said, listen, Trump, don't do it, man. And when he paused it, the stock market went up a little bit. They trying to let him know, Trump, you don't know what you're doing. You in over your head and you tearing the country up. Only thing he know how to do is take jobs. I'm gonna cut this. Butter sauce. Listen, man. People have admitted that they didn't want a female president. You may not be at the place where you can admit that yet. They have consensus have admitted that they was not ready for a woman president, and especially not a black woman. And don't tell me all that we colorblind. My best friend is black. Come on, man. Say that garbage, man. That's just facts. So don't act like he did something great. And then he support white supremacists. You say what you want. That's why he pardoned every last one of them people who rioted at the Capitol. That's like treason. But he pardoned every one of them. So don't just look. It's blood. Everybody's good. Come on now. Big Nate Dogg said we got the devil in the White House. Okay, EC. EC said it's good for a woman to be in there, but not an incompetent one. President Trump is incompetent. Because you can't be talking about Harris. Her resume speaks volumes. Y'all continue to say that, well, she's incompetent. Where did you get that? Trump told you? His resume does not measure up to hers, man. He don't have a resume. He was inherited money, okay, cool. And then he had multiple bankruptcies. After being inherited, he still couldn't run the business right. So don't tell me about that. That's why he had to come back to the White House so he can put them tax cuts again. $4 trillion, man. This is facts. You research it. But all y'all can try to do is disrespect my black queen. But it's not about race. We love all people. But you got nothing but negative stuff to say about her. You got nothing but negative to say about Barack. He wasn't this or he ain't that. Come on, man. Trump is awesome. Okay, I respect you saying Trump. To you, Trump is awesome. But you can't show and prove nothing he did for you. If he that awesome, show it. Pull something out your pocket. Show what he did for you. He did nothing at all, man. He done nothing. And then there we go. What did Joe Biden do for you? That's what somebody said. Yeah. Big Nate Dogg said he can't stand Trump. Joe said, was she a queen when she hid evidence to keep? Listen, man. Listen. Whatever you saying or wherever you getting your information from, you misquoting. You misquoting. Let me go to Dilly Dilly and say this completely annihilates your other point that Trump doesn't listen to anyone and as a dictator. He's trying to be a dictator, but he ain't too good at that. He don't even know the Constitution. He trying to overtake the Constitution. He been losing Supreme Court. He fixed the Supreme Court. He got 5 justices that he placed in there over time, and he's still losing cases that's going to the Supreme Court. If you keeping up. Listen, he's a dictator. He's trying to be, but he's not good at that either. That's his goal. And he only listening to a small circle. In government, you're supposed to be listening to everybody. The government, the people. Not just one side. They even trying to kick out, media. Anybody that go against him, and you as an individual, you can't even disagree with him because anybody who disagrees with him, he ousts them. You can't have your own opinion. You got to be a trumpet to follow Trump. You got to be a puppet, a Trump's puppet, a trumpet. That's the only way you can follow him. We know y'all love President Trump, but y'all got to tell the real reason because he ain't did nothing for you. What's the real reason you love President Trump? Shout that out. Don't be saying, well, I don't want to hear no tax breaks because any tax breaks you getting now, you got to thank Joe Biden for that. So what did Trump do for you? He made an executive order, I'm going to say it again, for his billionaire friends. That didn't include you, man. So don't talk about no tax cut. Talk about how your grandparents and your parents are going to have difficulty with their Medicaid and with their Social Security. What about that? Y'all all right with that, though? Which is sad, sad, sad. And then how Trump, thank you, Nate, how Trump just getting people fired, but y'all all right in the name. Well, he's downsizing. He got a billionaire on his side who ain't been elected, who ain't been confirmed by Congress, telling people this job got to be cut. And y'all agree with that. But Trump speaks about y'all like that. He speaks about his followers. And he said, y'all gonna follow him blindly no matter what. And from some of the comments, that's what y'all do. No matter what he does, y'all be like, well, it's for this good. Hey, Nick, watch your mouth, man. It said you're a dumpster fire. Okay. Ordered the Fed. Trump is my hero. My man, Nick, I'm glad you standing on that. He your hero for what? What makes him your hero, man? It ain't nothing he done as a president for you. It's got to be something else. What has Trump done as president to be your hero? He's my hero. Somebody said, I will marry Trump. Okay. Okay. Listen, man, Doge. Who was that said this? Dilly. You said that's exactly what Doge is doing. They're looking out and they're weeding out. Listen, man, do you know Doge is getting paid more than the people that they laying off, and now they're trying to ask for more money. Some of the Doge executives. Keep up with that, man. It's a money grab. But you okay with that? They want to downsize, but they asking for more money. If you was really concerned about the people as they claim, and if you really want to weed out that, you would cut these billions of dollars of contracts for Elon Musk. He got y'all so blind. I'm saving the world, but yet he's still getting new contracts for billions of dollars. So don't tell me they're cutting waste. You taking 80,000 jobs. That means 80,000 families, man. Do y'all not care about these Americans? Nate Dogg said you don't support Trump. I don't blame you, man. Because you really can't point to much that someone who's supporting, you can't really support the much. You'll say, well, money, he's going to make this, and I made more money. And if money all that he can do for you, about education, our children, man, our elderly, the medicine. What about all that? Do we not care about that? But yet we'll give President Trump an excuse. He get a pass. He can do, but everybody else is incompetent. What makes him competent? The example that he has to pause these tariffs, that speaks volumes, man. Y'all don't even see it. Trump got on TV, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but he didn't realize he was hurting himself, and he hurting the nation, but he don't really care about that. Them auto industries had to come to him and say, listen, man, no, you gonna destroy us, man. They had to pull him to the side and say, no, don't do that. And some of his billionaire friends, it was gonna hurt them as well. That's why he pausing it, and they trying to figure out something to save face, because Canada stood on business. They said, win, lose, or draw, we don't care about that. And then China also said, man, however you want to take it, you want to do a tariff war, you want to do a physical war. See, this is the stuff he's starting. President Trump is starting. We shouldn't even be where we at right now, man. And then President Trump got the country divided. Before you doing all that other stuff, get your house in order. Get America in order. That should have been the goal. Get America in order. He not concerned about Americans, man. President Trump is not concerned about the regular working American. He concerned about Trump, his family, and his billionaire friends. That's all it's about. But he gonna keep raising carrots in front of y'all. I got a carrot. I'm gonna do this. Just hold tight. Just wait. President Trump said the tariffs, it's gonna hurt for a minute. Y'all just wait. And y'all just following him blind. Okay, you said Just wait. You're the greatest. Somebody in the comments section said they will marry President Trump. You know, we know that can't happen because President Trump is already married, but whoo, they said they will marry President Trump. If you marry President Trump, you will have to be his yes man. I don't know if you realize what that'll really be like. It ain't gonna be sweet and just all that. No, you're gonna be his puppet. Do everything he say. The one that said in the comments that you would marry Trump. I don't know what kind of picture you think it's gonna be, but it's probably, when you open your eyes, it'll probably be a horror film. You think it's a good fantasy movie? Yeah, the greatest, yeah. But it's gonna be a horror film, thinking you're gonna get there and everything gonna be sweet. Just look at how he raising the country. Look how he did his vice president on last term. Everything good until you disagree with him a little bit. He disrespected that man. That's his character. That's what he does. President Trump. Somebody said, he's my hero. Yay! For President Trump, the best man that ever was alive. The greatest. He can do no wrong. President Trump, to my fellow people on this live, President Trump said that he can shoot somebody in the middle of the street and his supporters ain't gonna find nothing wrong with it. Y'all will continue to support him blindly. It shouldn't be. You know what that's kind of remind me of? It's kind of similar to Hitler. He's hidden into that direction. It's like Hitler, man. Big Nate Dogg, what up? So it's crazy, man, that how no matter what goes on, no matter what President Trump does, his followers, they got his back. They continue to support him. So on one hand, when you talk about loyalty, okay, but sometimes don't be loyal to the wrong thing, because if that man leads you to a cliff, you'll be the one to fall off. So think about that, man. It ain't about, you can support who you support, but don't support nobody blindly and act like you can't see if they do something wrong. You'll continue to say, well, what does somebody else do? No, right now we're talking about President Trump. And President Trump is bad for the country. President Trump, in my opinion, is the worst president ever. But y'all are coming with the name Sleepy Joe. Man, that man served this nation for like 50 years, man. Respect that man. Well, Kamala. Her resume, she rings circles around Trump. And they fire all these people, right? With these federal workers, Trump fires all these, him and Elon Musk, they fire all these employees and hire people who are unqualified and got half the experience of the people that they fire, in the name of we're downsizing. We're rooting corruption. They're corrupt. How can Elon Musk work with President Trump, but yet and still be in the talks for getting a government contract? Conflict of interest, man. It's a big conflict of interest. It's sad, man. Don't follow this man blindly. But y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do, man. It ain't much I can tell y'all. Y'all gonna do what y'all do. You have a right to have your own opinion. Because the sad thing, what I've been seeing, like when anytime Trump have an opinion, everybody go with it. And then if tomorrow, if he changed that same opinion, y'all gonna go with it. Trump is on record saying that if the stock market, the Dow Jones go down 16 points under any president, that president should be impeached. And those who followed him at that time was in total agreement with him. Well, the stock market has went probably 1,600 points under President Trump's leadership. Should President Trump be impeached based on that statement alone? Or y'all changing because he changed? That's what I mean when I say that if President Trump changed his thoughts, his beliefs, y'all would change your thoughts and beliefs, man. Think for yourself, people. Think for yourself. Stop allowing President Trump to just control you like a puppet dial. For the person that said he was your hero, you typed that in his comment. You said President Trump is your hero. My question to you, man, what has he done to you that's heroic? What has President Trump done in your mind that he's heroic? And then for the one that said, I married Trump, more power to you. But my question to y'all, man, President Trump paused the tariffs on Canada and Mexico because he knew he was losing and he didn't have a fighting chance. And yeah, Americans were going to suffer big time, but that's not why President Trump paused the tariffs. He paused the tariffs because it was going to really hurt these big businesses. And they pulled Trump to the side and said, listen, man, hold on. You hurting us, man. Please hold on. And that's why he's doing that 30-day extension. And I would not be surprised in this 30-day extension if President Trump changes and try to extend again. Because either way, America gonna lose, whether you Democrat or Republican. When I go and pay for the gas that's gonna be high, you're gonna pay that same high price. When I pay for them groceries that's high, whether you Democrat or Republican, you're gonna pay the same price. And instead of people saying we made a mistake, man, we probably shouldn't even elected this man in office, y'all want to celebrate, yeah, we won, yeah. But guess what? We all lost. All of us lost, man. So we should be singing, we lost. Because that's the reality, man. We lost. We lost as Americans, man. We should not be allowing Trump to get away with what he's doing. And somebody gonna say, what is he doing? He destroying the nation. Cutting jobs, cutting funding for this, cutting funding for that, cutting funding for black colleges, scholarships. That's what he doing. Elon Musk come on stage with the saw, talking about I'm the cut masters. I'm cutting everything. But you're not cutting. But Elon Musk is not cutting his government contracts. He studied trying to get more. Elon Musk is studied trying to get more contracts. But y'all keep saying, well, he's saving the country money. They want to downsize government. Nah, they want this to be a dictatorship. But y'all can't see the writing on the wall, man. President Trump desires to be the king. He even said it out his mouth. And some of y'all might say, well, he was just joking. He didn't really mean it. Ain't no kings in the United States, man. No kings in the United States. Big Nate Dogg, you still there? Big Nate Dogg, are you still there? Talk to me. So my thing is, man, it's crazy under this president. Times are hard for us as Americans, whether you Democrat and Republican. And for those who are Republicans, it ain't gonna help you to point at Biden or Harris. You got to point the finger at President Trump, who's at fault right now. He destroying this country, man. President Trump is destroying this country. And he's not thinking about us little people as Americans. All he's thinking about is President Trump, President Trump's family and his billionaire friends. That's why the first thing he did when he got in office was sign those executive orders so they can get a $4 trillion tax cut. And who gonna pay for the difference in them taxes? The regular working people, man. Like my man said, you said he made what 60,000 a year. Yeah, you're gonna be paying the taxes which should have been paid by these billionaire companies. But yet now they footing the bill to us. They gonna ride high. This year the tax break on the rich were going to expire, so they had to go and get back in position so they can renew those tax breaks. And it's crazy, man. There's gonna be some dark days ahead if we don't get intervention from the Most High God. I read somebody in the comments said Donald Trump is bringing Christ back. It'd be nice if it's going to take intervention from the Most High God to make a difference, with what's going on, all that's going on. It will take intervention from God because you got a man who thinking he king, and in some instance he probably think he God, and running this country into the ground. This ain't no dictatorship, man. And it's not just your way or the highway, President Trump. You got the executive branch, president, legislative, and the judicial. But you're trying to get rid of the judicial and the executive, trying to get rid of the other two so you can just run things how you want to run it. Don't forget the Constitution. Do what you want to do. It's sad, man. It's sad. But this is America, man. And that's what some of y'all Americans voted for. I'm glad that some, Republicans are regretting it, and they calling it out, and they coming to their town hall meetings and saying, this shouldn't be, that shouldn't be, this shouldn't be, that shouldn't be. I got respect for them for doing that. But then you got another group that say, I don't see anything wrong. He's the best ever. Listen, man. Listen, man. As I said, in my opinion, President Trump is the worst president. Is the worst. President Trump is the worst president, man. Listen. I want to thank y'all for coming to this live. I appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those who got last thoughts or comments, go ahead, type it in the comment section, and I can read them off. If you got any last thoughts about this, President Trump paused them tariffs because it was going to hurt them businesses. He already knows it's going to hurt Americans, but he wasn't really concerned about that. He paused it because the auto industry said, oh, man, this is not a good look. But he don't know what he's doing, so he wouldn't have known that. It probably would have been better if President Trump would have got a team to do research this for 6 months to a year before he haphazardly came out and tried to make these changes, which he was violating the Constitution because the tariffs supposed to come through Congress. Only time they don't have to go through Congress is in, for the sake of protecting national security. And this ain't that case. Listen, man, if you have not done it already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I make a video, anytime I put it live out. I thank y'all for y'all support, man. Y'all the best. Those who commented, I appreciate y'all, whether we agree or disagree. But the reality is, President Trump is destroying this nation. He's destroying this nation. President Trump is destroying this nation. I'll be back tomorrow, man. Until next time, y'all be safe out there. Until next time, y'all continue to be safe. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, peace.